People against Forrest Allen Blakeman, 24F242788. Right up to the podium, sir. All right. You are charged with a violation of probation. It's alleged that you failed to provide written verification of attending and completing outpatient treatment. You have no prior technical violations. This would be a first. You could serve 5 days if you plead guilty or if you're found guilty. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you sign the advice of rights and read and understand the rights?
Yes.
If you plead guilty, you will be giving up all those rights and there will not be a hearing or a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You do have the right to a lawyer. If you cannot afford one, I'll be happy to provide you with one at public expense. Would you like a lawyer?
No, Your Honor.
You sure?
Yes, Your Honor.
To the charge you failed to provide proof of attending and completing outpatient treatment, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Did you fail to provide proof of attending and completing outpatient treatment? Did you
Yes,
fail to provide proof of that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anybody force you to plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
You still wish to plead guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'll accept your plea. I find it to be an accurate plea made voluntarily and understandingly. The plea is accepted. I sentenced you back in October. Why isn't it done yet?
I didn't have insurance till the start of the year. I didn't understand that I could have went the other route. Now I am
What
in
other
it.
route?
That I could call the number and they would help me
Are you
financially.
in treatment now?
Yes, Your Honor.
How long you been in treatment?
I'm going in April 2nd for my first.
So you're
appointment.
not in yet?
No, I've accepted and now I'm going into the treatment.
Didn't you talk to your probation officer about this?
Yes.
What did she tell you?
Well, she told me that I wasn't, since I didn't have proof that I was in yet.
She had to show cause you.
Yes.
Called Ms. Wiles in. I'm going to accept your plea. I find it to be an accurate plea made voluntarily and understandingly. That plea is accepted. I'm going to go ahead and move on to another case. You can have a seat right behind you there, okay?
One of these here, sir?
Yes, sir. Is Gregory Allen Pugh here?
Yes, sir.
Gregory Allen Pugh, 20B138037B, 21B140152A, 21B140152B, 21B140152C, B141450, 21B87514. Your name?
Gregory Pugh.
Where you been?
I was recently incarcerated
For how long?
at Wayne County. I
For
was
how
in
long?
there for 74 days.
Well, you were supposed to be here years ago on some of these. Why haven't you shown up?
No, I understand. When I was incarcerated, I sent a
Forget that.
plea by
I don't want to
mail.
know about that. I would have read it. I would have read that. You don't have to remind me of things that happened. I want to know why you haven't been here for the last 3 years.
Yeah, and I wasn't able to hold a job when I was on the run. So I finally got that all taken care of. They have me on a GPS monitor right now. And I have a very good job that I'm starting next week on Thursday.
I mean, that's all fine and dandy. I'm just wondering why you didn't show up here and you're not still answering my question. I didn't ask you how you're doing now. I asked you why you haven't been here for 3 years.
I was on the run for a different case than this court, and I've taken care of
So you're
that.
seeing all the judges in the county, huh?
I've taken care of the warrant I was on the run from, and this is the case that matters that I'm trying to take care of now.
Playing with us for 4 years on these things. This one case you got in front of me, fraudulent scheme, the offense date was November 30th, 20. You were in here in January of 21. You set it for jury, you put it off. Finally, in July, you pled of 21. And then where do you work?
I work for Brand Brand Safeway on North Line and got Beach Daily. The scaffolding warehouse. And I was just able to file my taxes, so as soon as those, I know I have a remaining balance. And
You have $1,900.
as soon as my taxes come in, that's all that's going on.
And actually, hang on one second. You have $1,989 in restitution, so that's not fine. So the victim on this case has been out $1,989.04. You were sentenced September 1 of 21 on this case. I yearn for the day when people will show the slightest respect. When's it coming? I'm gonna get you a lawyer. Lisa, I'm gonna adjourn these other ones with Judge Hessens. I'm gonna handle my two, okay? So
Okay.
we're gonna have to, we're gonna have
Just so
to
you know,
figure.
hers are all for payment.
They're all for payment?
Yeah.
I know, but he's been playing with us for so long. I don't know why anybody would trust you again. You know that? I really don't. He's giving you multiple payment plans. All right, let me just check one thing.
I completely understand, Your Honor. This time I can't afford to do any hiccups or not appear to any court dates or miss any payments. Yeah,
What do you mean? What's changed in the last 4 or 5 years? I'm curious.
I'm no longer on the run. It's the first time since I've been 16 that I can actually take things.
How old are you?
I'm 33 years old.
That's a long time to be on the road.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is the first time I can actually take things, get my license back and.
All right, well, I'm gonna adjourn the other 4. We're gonna put those to a lawyer and have him, we'll set you up with a lawyer and then you're coming back in front of me, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Gotta stop doing that.
Yes, Your Honor.
Blakeman, Forrest Allen Blakeman, 24F2427858. Ms. Wilds, your name?
Your Honor.
Mr. Blakeman, your name?
Forrest Allen Blakeman.
Do you still wish to waive your right to a lawyer?
No, Your Honor.
You want a lawyer?
Yes, Your Honor.
You got scared in the meantime, huh?
Yes,
All
Your
right, we'll
Honor.
set you up with a lawyer and then we'll do the sentencing, all right? Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And we'll call you again, Ms. Wilds. Thank you. Gregory, so we're gonna set him up with a lawyer too. Gregory Anthony Major, 25T644967. Could I have Gina Henderson up here seated at the table, as well as Tashika Kearney? Your name, sir?
Gregory Major?
All right, so you're gonna plead to impeding traffic, right?
Yes.
You got a clean record, that's good. Okay, when's the last time you had a ticket?
I tried to be careful.
When's the last time you had a ticket?
Oh, long time. I don't remember.
All right, to impeding traffic, responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
Please accept it. 150. Cash your end of the hall to your right. You're all set. Best of luck to you.
Thank you,
you.
sir.
Tashika Renee Ali Kearney, 25W8377722. Good morning. Your name?
Good morning, Tashika Renee Ali
All
Kearney.
right, so you got, let's see, you got a charge of speeding. You have a ticket back in 18 to the charge of impeding traffic, which they offered. How do you plead, responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
All right, 160 should total. You got one little blemish on there. Cash your end of the hall to your right. You're all set. Good luck.
Thank you.
Gina Henderson, Gina Marie Henderson, 25T644591, A and B. Good morning, your name?
Good morning, Your Honor. Gina Marie Henderson.
Okay, so they're dismissing the expired plate,
Yes,
and I'm presuming you're gonna plead to the other. Is that what we have?
Um,
Move to dismiss both?
yes. Your Honor.
Did you have insurance?
I showed her my insurance and my registration.
But
I
not
showed her
that
proof.
day.
Not
You
that
didn't have a
day.
valid plate or insurance that day?
No, sir.
Huh? Okay, it's awful generous of them. Case is dismissed, both of them. Good luck.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Two. All right. Gallon. People against Majral Islam Dallin. 25W837818. I'd like Lombardo at the table, Stewart at the table, Payanda at the table. Your name?
Masharul Dalim.
Good morning. How are you?
Good, sir.
You're going to plead to impeding traffic, right? Is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
To that charge, responsible or not responsible?
Responsible, sir.
Pardon?
Responsible.
I'll accept the plea. 150 is your total. Speed's dismissed. Cash your end of all to your right. Best of luck. Thanks. Anthony Lombardo. 25W837635. A and B. Your name?
Anthony Lombardo.
So you're going to plead the expired plate. They're going to dismiss the no proof insurance, right?
Yes, Your
So
Honor.
that charge, expired plate, responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
All right, I'll accept that plea, dismiss the no proof. 140 on the expired plate. You go right down the end of the hall. You're all set.
Have a good day.
You
Thanks.
too, thank you. Kiana Stewart. 25W837719. Good morning. How are
Good
you?
morning, I'm finding you.
Not too bad. Your name?
Kiana Stewart.
So let me see what we got here. Got a defective equipment. It looks like they're dismissing the no proof, dismissing the expired plate. You're going to plead to defective equipment, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
To
Your Honor.
to that charge of defective equipment, responsible or not responsible? Did you
Responsible.
get the tail light fixed?
I got the light in the car. I just gotta go to the police
All right,
station.
please accept the original charge of no proof and expired plate, no proof of insurance are dismissed. 140 is your total. You go right down the end of the hall. Best of luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Aiden Joshua Pianga, 25T6448832, A and B. Your name?
Aiden Pianga,
How you doing, Mr. Pianga?
good, how are you?
Pretty good. What's going on?
I had a no plate, my plate was expired. And I was speeding, so I rolled it,
Are we setting these for informal hearing?
yeah,
Is your mom or dad here?
yeah. My dad,
Did they offer you anything?
no, it's cause I was gonna show my expired plate, I'm getting it fixed. So I was gonna show him proof of it,
Call the department rep in,
Which city is that? Ryan?
Trenton.
You don't have a phone there. To be
Doesn't
honest,
make-
Your Honor, I'd rather, if he can plead to the impeding, I'll pay the.
Let me talk to the
Okay.
department rep, okay? I can't have you talk from there though, okay?
Got it.
Let me get him in here. What are you doing? What grade you in?
11,
How you doing in school?
I had a good grade,
What's your grade point?
3.4.
That's good. What are you gonna do in 2 years, year and a half?
I'm taught much,
Okay, that's all right. Not everybody needs to go become a doctor. How are you?
Good, Judge, how are you?
Good. Your name?
Officer Old Danny.
You're handling these today?
I got thrown into it last minute, Judge.
Okay, that's all right. You want to give this young man impeding and then we'll just trust that him and his dad are gonna go take care of the expired plate and I'll dismiss the speeding?
Yeah, sounds great. He's one of my students at the high school, so yes,
Yeah? Is he a good kid?
yes.
Good. Why don't you write that up and we'll get them out of here, okay?
Okay.
We don't want you to be missing school.
Yeah,
Right?
go there.
You can be back there in 15 minutes,
Yeah.
waiting with bated breath. What do you have, American government this morning?
No,
What do you-
wood shop.
What do you have? Wood shop, okay. Don't hurt yourself. All right, we gotta have them write that up, Dad, and then we'll get them out of here, okay? Well, you have a seat right behind you, and I'll move on to one other one. Lynn Purcell, Lynn Ann Purcell, 25B147396. How we doing? Your name?
Lynn Purcell?
All right, so you're gonna plead impeding. They're gonna dismiss the stop signs. Is that what you want to do?
Yes,
Sure?
yes.
You don't want to take it to a hearing? You don't want to play lawyer? You can cross-examine them?
No, Your
Huh?
Honor.
Okay. To that charge, impeding traffic, responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
I'll accept the plea. You got a clean record, 150, you're all set.
Thank
Have a
you.
good day. Riley Daniel Wachowski, 25B148086. How you doing there, Mr. Wachowski?
Good, how are you?
Your name?
Bradley Michalski.
You're gonna plead to impeding, you're gonna dismiss the speeding.
Yes, sir, I'm here to plead to impeding.
Is that what you want to do? To that charge, responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
Speed's dismissed. I see you had one blemish a few years ago. 160 is your total cash. You're into the hall to your right. You're all set. Good luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Sione DeJalen Williams, 25F243485. How you doing?
I'm good, how you doing?
Not too bad. Your name?
Yanni Williams?
You got a valid plate now?
I do.
Can I see your registration?
Yes, you can.
It's on a 2011 Lincoln.
Yes.
It was only expired for a month, right? Your plate, just to double check that.
Yeah. Good. It's good through January 20th.
Okay, so to the charge expired plate, responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
All right, next time you gotta pay more attention, okay? I'll cut it down to 95. That's a gift. Good
Okay.
luck.
Thank you, have a good one.
You too, thank you. People against Brittany Nicole Freeman, 25F243516A and B. Your name?
Brittany Freeman?
So you're gonna plead to impeding traffic and then you're going to plead to no proof of insurance, right?
Yes.
To the charge, no proof of insurance, responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
To the charge of impeding traffic, responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
All right, pleas are accepted. You still don't have insurance?
Well, see, this is the thing. My car is getting repoed in a couple of days, so I haven't been driving it. I just been having my fiance drive me around and my friend and yeah, so they take me to work back and forth. I'm waiting on my taxes so I can get a new car and car insurance and yeah. So it's sad. My car is being repoed.
Gotta be careful.
Yeah.
I'll cut it down to 165 on that, 160 on the impeding. How much do you have today?
I can pay the 160 on one of them.
Okay, you pay the impeding and then that means you owe 165 on the insurance. How long do you need on that?
I can pay it next Friday.
You sure?
Yep.
All right, I'll just make it April the 1st. How's that?
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Aiden, let's see. So she's writing that up for Pianga, right?
Yeah, that's what I put on your.
She hasn't written it yet.
Yeah, she did. Right there. There we go.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, she had moves to dismiss on these. Okay. Yeah, you're gonna plead to impeding. Come on up. Aiden Joshua Pianga, 25T6448328 and B. Your name again?
Aiden Piega.
All right, so you're gonna plead to impeding and then they're gonna dismiss the expired plate and the speed, right?
Yes, sure.
That's what you wanna do?
Yes, sure.
To the charge impeding traffic, responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
You ever had a ticket?
Have I had a ticket?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many tickets you had?
I had one before for speeding.
All right, be careful, okay?
I will.
You don't want to be paying that insurance. Who's paying your insurance?
It goes to lease management, so it's built into the payment.
I know, but who's paying all that?
My mom, my dad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so be careful. All right, please accepted. 160 is your total. The expired plate is dismissed. You got to be careful though, okay?
Thank you.
You got 2 tickets already. You're only a junior, right?
Yeah.
Slow down. Thank you. Cynthia Walker, thank you. Cynthia Walker. Cynthia Michelle Walker, 25B147955. How you doing there?
Good, how are you?
Not too bad. Your name?
Cynthia
You're
Wallaker?
gonna plead to no insurance, right?
Yes.
You know, it's a 1-year misdemeanor to not have insurance. You get in an accident, they'll haunt you for many, many years. How much? I'm gonna accept your plea. 185 is your total. How much can you pay today?
I could pay 50 and I could pay the rest on Friday.
Okay, I'll just make it 50 today and the rest by the 24th, okay?
Okay.
Don't drive without insurance.
Well, I can't drive anymore anyways. Thank you.
Good luck. All right. Jackson. People against Angela Carolyn Jackson. 16W808-606. We gotta get, see if Pew's ready, that other case I took out there, if you can. Your name?
Angela Carolyn Jackson.
Where you been?
Just fear of not knowing what was gonna happen, Your Honor. I'm a single mom for.
You have the right to a lawyer today. I'd be glad to give you one if you want one. You want a
Yes,
lawyer?
please.
Yes?
Yes, please.
Okay, we're gonna set you up with a lawyer. It's from 2017.
Yes, I apologize for
Lawyer for her. Okay, you'll go meet with a lawyer and then you'll come back in front of me, okay?
that. Okay.
English, Christopher Michael English, 24W715192. Are any of those landlord tenant ready yet, Jennifer?
I didn't see your Zoom.
Your name?
Christopher English.
With charge of failure to attend and complete the domestic violence program. You were sentenced under section 7694A. You were supposed to be here on February 19th. This would be a first violation. You didn't abscond for 60 days. You'd be subject to a jail term. Let me see, your conviction was actually, it's domestic violence, so you actually could have 93-day jail term imposed. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Did you sign the advice of rights and read and understand the rights?
Yes.
You plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights and there will not be a hearing or a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You have the right to an attorney. Be glad to give you one at public expense if you would like one. Would you like a lawyer?
Yes, I have one. I don't know if mine's necessary or not, but
Glad to let you
take
hire
it.
a lawyer.
I'll
Is that what you want to do?
I'll do a lawyer.
Well, I don't know what you mean. You said, I have one.
I'll take my lawyer.
Slow down.
Yeah, because they said you could appoint one too.
I'll appoint you one if you want one, or you can go hire your own lawyer. It's up to you.
I guess appointed too.
Okay.
Am I able to explain?
You're gonna go talk to your lawyer first,
Oh, okay.
and then the two of you are gonna come in here, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. People against Aaron Joseph Richards. Is Aaron Richards here? Is Aaron Richards here? Lisa, would you convey to the department rep when they said an informal that they've got to come in here? I think the defendant must have left.
Okay.
It's a snow emergency parking. It's a little, set it for informal hearing, okay? Shivnan, Allison Penny Shivnan, 25T6444809. Good morning, how are you?
Fine.
Your name?
Allison Shipman.
All right, so you're going to plead to impeding traffic, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, responsible or not responsible?
Responsible?
All right, please accept it. You have one blemish, 160 is your total.
Sure.
Cash you into the hall to your right. Good luck.
Have a nice day.
Meng Frecker, Patrick John Meng Frecker, 25T644554. You guys want informal hearings on these? Your name?
Patrick Mangfrecker.
All right. If that's what you want, so we'll set an informal hearing. This is another snow emergency, Lisa. It's with Trenton Officer Wilson.
March 27th at 10:30.
March 27th at 10:30, and you can go down the hall and get your notice on that, okay? Good luck. Matthew Stephen Johns, 25T644949. Morning. Your name? I'm sorry, not, you have to keep your voice up.
Matthew Jones.
You're gonna plead to impeding traffic, right?
Yes, sir.
Responsible or not responsible to that?
Partly, I can pay.
You want to plead responsible to
Responsible.
impeding? Okay.
Yes.
170 is your total. You can go down the hall and take care of that, and you're all set. Good luck.
Is there any way I can do payment?
How much do you have today?
I have $50.
You pay 50 today. When can you pay the rest?
A week and a half, next Thursday.
I'll just make it March the 31st. 50 today, the rest by 2 weeks from today, okay?
Thank you.
Best of luck. Olivia M. Keats. 2-4I-715-138. Good morning, your name?
Olivia Keats.
All right, so I sentenced you in this case on September 11 of 24. The charge was operating while visibly impaired. In this case, I've got 3 different violations that are alleged. Count 1, that you failed to attend the victim's impact panel. Do you understand the charge?
I finished that, Your Honor.
I just need to go through each of the charges and understand if you understand the charges. Do you
Yes,
understand that charge?
Yes.
Count 2, that you failed to submit the biweekly testing as ordered on February 3 of 25. Do you understand that charge?
Yes.
Count 3, that you failed to comply with treatment recommendations of the guidance center and that you missed appointments on February 4, 11, and 25. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have 3 technical violations. You could get 15 days. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you sign the advice of rights and read and understand these rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights and there will be no hearing. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Excuse me. You have the right to a lawyer. I'll be happy to provide you with one at public expense. Would you like a lawyer?
No, thank you.
You waive your right to a lawyer?
Yes.
To the charge, count 1, that you failed to attend the victim's impact panel as ordered. How do you plead?
I finished that, Your Honor.
I just want to know if you plead guilty or not guilty.
Not guilty.
Count 2, that you failed to submit the biweekly testing as ordered on February 3 of 25. How do you plead?
Guilty.
I need Emily in here. Can you call Emily, please, Tabitha? Did you fail to submit the testing on February 3?
Guilty.
Did you fail to submit the testing on February 3?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Listen to my question. Did you fail to submit the chemical testing on
Oh.
February 3 of 25?
Yes, Your Honor.
Count 3, did you, to the charge you failed to complete with the recommendations of the guidance center, that is that you missed appointments on February 4, 11, and 25 of 25. How do you plead?
Guilty.
Did you miss appointments on those days?
Yes, I did.
Anybody force you to plead guilty?
No.
You still wish to plead guilty?
Yes.
I'm gonna accept your plea. I find it to be an accurate plea. They voluntarily and understandingly. Please accept it to those three charges. But at least as to counts 2 and 3. So I'm accepting your plea is to count 2 and 3. I'll enter a not guilty plea as to count 1. All right, you ready to, what are you doing here? What's going on?
Your Honor, for the therapy sessions, one of them was the therapist not being there for that week. And then the other 3 times I had no transportation as it was too cold. I had nowhere to get there. I don't have my license because of my charge. So my grandmother takes me and it was too cold the days.
How old are you?
I'm 21, Your
Do
Honor.
you work?
Yes, I work at Burger King.
You have any kids?
In Lincoln
Married?
Park.
I'm just asking, are you married? Do you have any
Oh,
kids?
no, I'm not married.
Is that your grandma?
Yes,
Does your grandma drive you around?
yes, she does.
Well, why wasn't she able to drive you around when you missed all those appointments?
As it was too cold, it was like below 20 and ice. She couldn't get out to the car as it was icy.
Who couldn't get out to the car?
My grandmother.
You gotta be at your appointments.
I will be able to now as it's warmer.
Ms. Wild, your name?
Elizabeth Osprey, Your Honor.
Is Ms. Tessino not in?
She's not in today. She called me.
Oh, what am I gonna do with this young lady?
Now, I will say, I'm looking at the report for February. She didn't attend any sessions in February. Those were all her scheduled treatments.
Yeah, you can't do this.
I understand. It won't happen again.
Yeah, but you said that you missed 3 because you couldn't get there because it was cold, right?
Yes, I had no way of Yes, Your Honor.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You have to sit down.
Okay, I just had to,
Well, that's fine. If you're standing up because of your back hurting, I get it.
yeah.
You're fine. You're fine. What are we gonna do here now? What am I gonna do with you? I'm asking you.
It won't happen again, Your Honor.
I know, but you're not taking me very seriously.
I'm taking you very seriously.
You were in jail in Wyandotte one time during the pendency of this case too. You're getting yourself in a lot of trouble. What was that for?
The same thing.
Another drunk driving?
No, it was an incident with the cops.
Well, okay. What, resisting obstructing an officer? What was it?
Yes,
Well, you resisting officers at the
it was
right?
the first one.
Ms. Wilds, what do you have to say? Anything?
Yeah, looking at her order of probation, it looks like Ms. Keith is making some effort. It does look like other testing she's appeared for and been compliant with. She's got prescriptions. Ms. Tessino has her prescriptions in here. I didn't look at the date that she started treatment. I'm not seeing any 12-step meetings in here, but I am seeing reports of treatment essentially from the time that she's been placed on probation. So outside of what Ms. Tessino authored in the show cause, Your Honor, it looks like, since September, she hasn't done the victims impact panel.
She says she's done that now.
There's not proof in here, so she has not provided proof to Ms. Tessino unless she would emailed it over the weekend.
When did you do the victims impact panel?
Yes, yesterday.
Graduate?
Yes, Your Honor.
You gotta be more responsible.
I'm trying to.
Well, this was September, I ordered it. You get around to doing it the day before you have to appear in court for a show cause in the middle of March. I didn't say wait until March. Now,
My
look,
probation officer
listen,
said to wait till everything's done. She said to do that last because I did all my community service and my court work. So I was saving that for last.
here's what I'm doing. I'm not increasing the testing. Don't miss again.
I won't.
You're gonna do a day on the court work program and pay $35 for that. You're to pay additional costs of $75. If this happens again, we're gonna have a big problem. You got 2 technical violations. I'm gonna go ahead. I did not dispose of count 1, so I'm not counting that. She says she's done it. You have to provide proof of that victim's impact panel completion by Friday. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Grow up. Okay? Time to grow up. Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
The estate of Elaine Marsh versus all occupants 2500859. Good morning, everybody. Is this a first appearance? Ms. Thompson, good morning. Your name?
Good morning, Brittany Thompson, appearing on behalf of the estate of Elaine Marsh, Michael Moore as personal representative.
Mr. Gilhole, your appearance?
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Kevin Gilhole. I'm here for Wendy Miller, who's currently occupying the home.
So is Wendy Miller with you or not here?
Is not, Your Honor. We have an agreement to adjourn this matter to April 28th at 9 a.m.
Okay, is that right, Ms. Thompson?
Yes, we are hopeful that we can resolve the matter through the probate estate entirely to where the eviction won't have to happen. But this will be a placeholder just in case.
Jennifer, is Judge Heston available at that time?
Yes, Your Honor, I actually pre-worked that date out with the parties.
April 28th at 9 o'clock it is. Have a good day, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. Happy St. Patrick's Day, Your Honor.
Thank you. You too. Do I have anything else, civil landlord tenant? Donald Harmon Rudden, 25B147540. How you doing, Mr. Rudden? You've been waiting patiently back there. Your name?
Donald Rudy.
All right, you're going to plead impeding, right?
Yes.
Responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
I'll accept your plea, dismiss the improper turn. 150, you're all set. Have a good day.
Can I get a reduced fine a little bit for senior citizens?
That's the best I could do.
It takes about an hour and a half. I got my bank's up on Dearborn.
You could use a credit card if you want.
I don't have a credit card.
Okay, well,
I can give you a personal check, but.
That's fine. I'll just make it due at 4 o'clock. You can decide how you want.
I'll be back in an hour and a half.
Okay, good enough. Take care. Thank you. Have a good day. Holly Kelsey Clayton. 25B148004. How you doing, Ms. Clayton? Your name?
Molly Kelsey Clayton.
All right, you're gonna plead the impeding, right?
Correct.
Okay, so it's this minor damage, no injuries. I'm gonna go ahead and do it to that charge. Responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
Plea is accepted. 195 is your total. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's good. 195. You're all set. Cash your end of the hall to your right. Have a good day.
Thank you. You do the same.
Fountain West versus John Condor II, 2404924.
Your Honor, on this matter, neither of the, there is someone here from Mr. Levine's office, but Mr. Stackpool did not log in. If you look in the documents, it looks like they may have sent over a second motion that they both consented on. But they filed it as a motion, not as a consent order. So that's why it didn't get pulled from the docket. So it looks, there should be a copy of the motion for escrow in there that has both attorneys' signatures.
Do I have, somebody's here from Mr. Levine's office though, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good morning, Your Honor. Michael Burns, P87855.
So this is what you guys want me to sign, this order that says defendants shall deposit $531.80 for prorated rent from the date of this order to the next due date. The rent is due on $1,099 per month on the date rent is ordinarily due. That's what you guys want me to sign?
That's my understanding, Your Honor. I'm not the attorney handling that case. I was going to handle it if it went forward, but my understanding is the handling attorney and Mr. Stackpool resolved the issue and submitted the corresponding documents.
I'm going to go ahead and sign that order if that's what everybody wants. Have a good
Thank you, Your
day.
Honor.
Thank you.
Hello.
Timothy Mandernack, 2500843. Appearances.
Good morning, Your Honor. Michael Burns, P 87855 on behalf of Plaintiff Deerfield Estates. We have, yes.
John, can you please pour that, put it in the front? So, all right, Mr. Mandernack, your name?
Tim Mandernack, sir.
Judge, the parties have spoke on this matter.
Any resolution?
No, Your Honor. Mr. Mandernack has a DHS application out right now, so we take the statutory adjournment, and I inform Mr.
Okay,
Mandernack.
so this is I'm a little confused right now. I just picked these up. These are Judge Hessen's. This is the initial hearing, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sir, did you listen to the video, the advice of rights on the video?
Yes, sir.
And did you understand all those rights?
Yes, sir.
And do you wish to speak to a lawyer?
No, sir.
And you've applied for DHS funding?
Yes, sir. The emergency relief fund. They said it was being processed when I went down there Friday. But I wanted my rent's not that 1,000 and something a month. That's
Here's what
high
you have
rent.
to, hang on a second. Here's a second. You must submit proof. You must submit proof within 5 days that you've submitted an application for funding. You have to bring that up to the courthouse. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir. I can come to the courthouse and get that paper.
You're going to give that paper to us, okay? And
Yes,
then Jennifer, give me a new date on this one.
March 31st at 9:15.
So March 31st at 9:15 will be new date, okay, sir?
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right, so make sure you submit that proof.
Okay, I
and,
will.
we'll go from there. Good luck to you.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
You too. Granite Televalley versus Nathan Albrecht. 2500845. Is Mr. Albrecht either here or on Zoom?
Your Honor, he has not checked in on Zoom, and I did confirm with Courtroom 1 that he is not there.
And they paid for a second mailing. Counsel, you can go
Correct.
ahead and take a default.
Thank you, Your Honor, and we do so. I can provide the relevant testimony when the court's ready.
I'm ready.
We are showing a rent to retain of $2,576.52. Court costs in the total of $191.04. Total of $2,767.56. We'd ask that a writ issue on March 27th, 2025. No money judgment is entered at this time. To the best of my knowledge, Mr. Albrecht is above the age of 18, is not a member of the military, is competent to stand trial, and the premises were kept in a habitable condition for the duration of the tenancy, as well as complying with all local and state health and safety laws.
How much did you add in for late fees?
One moment, Your Honor. Since his balance was at 0,
I mean, how much do you charge per month on these? That's what I'm asking.
Per month, Your Honor, we're looking at $35 in late fees.
Okay, good enough. You stayed within the parameters then. I'm good with that. Thank you. I'll go ahead and enter that default judgment, but you have to get those judgments over to us in the next hour, okay?
Yes, Your Honor, I'll do that.
So, all right, thanks a lot. Have a good one. On that case, we're done. Jonathan Cooper, that's Granite Televalley versus Jonathan Cooper, 2500848. Mr. Cooper here. How you doing, Mr. Cooper?
How you doing?
Your name?
Jonathan Cooper.
You listen to and understand the rights on the video?
Yes.
Do you wish to apply for funding?
No.
Do you wish to speak to a lawyer?
No.
Counsel, your appearance?
Thank you, Your Honor. Michael Burns, P 87855 on behalf of plaintiff. And I'd like to inform the court that we have arrived at a consent judgment on this case, and I can provide the terms.
Okay. Go ahead.
The total due and owing inclusive of court costs is $1,757.26. And
Wait a
Mr.
minute.
Cooper.
Wait a minute. Is that just rent to retain? I just want rent to retain and then any late fees and then the total.
Yes, Your Honor, of course, I
Including-
apologize.
So you can do rent to retain, late fees, court costs and attorney fees, and then total. Go ahead.
Yes, Your Honor. So rent to retain is $1,566.22. Court costs in the total of $191.04 for a total of $1,757.26. Parties agree that the total past due amount will be paid on or before March 28th, 2025. No money judgment is entered at this time, and I explained MCR 4.201J to Mr. Cooper, and he gave me permission to sign his name to this consent judgment.
Is that right, Mr. Cooper?
Yes.
So you agree that you owe $1,757.26?
Correct.
And do you understand you have to pay that amount or vacate by March the 28th? And if you fail to do that, they're going to seek an application for, or they're going to submit an application for a writ, I should say. I'm going to sign it and you're going to be evicted. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And does he have your permission, Mr. Burns, have your permission to sign your name to this proposed judgment?
Yes.
Since you are unrepresented by a lawyer, you have 3 business days to fill out a motion to set aside the judgment. If you don't understand it, you also have 10 days to appeal this. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Any questions?
No.
Okay, judgment will enter by consent in favor of plaintiff and against defendant. Writ date will be the 28/17/57/26 is the amount to be paid to save it from the issuance of the writ. You're all set. Good luck. Thank you. Granite Televalley versus Joe and Heather Daly. 2500849. Are the Dalys here? There you are.
Yes.
Your name, ma'am and sir?
Joseph Daly?
Heather Daly.
Good morning. Counsel, your appearance.
Thank you, Your Honor. Michael Burns, P87855 on behalf of plaintiff. And I'd like to inform the court that we have arrived at a consent judgment with the Dalys.
All right, you two did listen to and understand the rights, correct, Mr. and Mrs.
Yes.
Daly? Let's start with you, Mr. Daly.
I did.
Ms. Daly?
Yeah. Yes, I did.
All right, so he's going to set forth the terms of the consent judgment, proposed consent judgment. We'll go from there. Go ahead, counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor. There is currently a rent to retain of $1,907.34. Court costs in the total of $231.12. That comes out to a total of $2,138.46. The terms of the consent judgment are that defendant shall pay the past due total plus April 2025 rent and fees on or before April 18th, 2025. No money judgment would be entered at this time. MCR 4.201J was explained to the parties, and Mr. and Mrs. Daly did give me permission to sign their names.
Does this amount that you enunciated here, does this include the April rent?
No, Your Honor, that is to be determined, but parties agreed that that amount would be paid on or before April 18th.
Well, what if they don't? What if they pay this amount?
So, Your Honor, it would be inclusive of everything because we're extending the due date for essentially everything that's past due. We're expecting them to pay April's rent and fees by that 18th. So we're extending.
If it's not included in the judgment, I don't want to get into that.
Okay,
In other
Your Honor,
words, if you guys choose to include that in the judgment amount, that's fine. But otherwise, I don't want to get into that.
So are you looking for
That makes
specifics,
sense.
Your Honor? I'm sorry. I guess I'm not understanding, and I apologize.
I don't want to get an application for a writ that says there's a judgment for $2138.46 and that they paid $2138.46 but didn't pay an April 15th rent that's not included in the final amount here. So if you guys want to stay with that, that's fine. Then you're going to have to add in the April rent to that.
Okay, Your Honor. Let me do some quick math, and I can come up with that if the court's willing to.
Why don't you guys talk again and then talk again? I'm going to go on to a couple of these others and we'll go from there. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Gregory Allen Pugh Jr. 22B141450. 21B87514.
Sherwood Hanscraft, Gregory Pugh.
So
Your name?
Gregory Pugh.
And I am going to go ahead and adjourn for the record, Jennifer. Sorry, Lisa. 21B140152. C and B and 20B138037 B and 21B140152A. So all those, you're gonna get your new date down the hall, Mr. Q, and you're gonna come back in front of Judge Hessen on those. On these two cases, what I have is have a probation violation on a possession of a controlled substance. He was placed on probation August 17 of 22 for 18 months. And I have charges that allege that he failed to pay fines and costs as ordered, failed to refrain from consuming alcohol or drugs, failed to submit to testing as ordered on April 7, and failed to submit to testing as ordered on April 21 of 23. There's 4 counts there. On the fraudulent scheme charge, he simply was fined. I placed him on probation there too. I apologize. On September 1 of 21, and the sole limited charge there is failure to pay fines and costs as ordered. Really, it's restitution in the amount of $1,929.04. How's he going to proceed?
Judge, I've talked to Mr. Peel about his right to have a contested hearing on all of these allegations. He's pleading guilty to all of them except for the positive test on the 2022 case.
These are best. You can call her in. If you plead guilty here, since you've absconded, I want you to understand on the fraudulent schemes charge, you could in fact be sentenced to the maximum provided by law, which is 90 days with credit for any time already served on these cases. Do you understand that?
I do.
If you plead guilty on the possession of a controlled substance, you've absconded, so you could get 90 days on that case as well. Do you understand that?
I do.
Did you sign an advice of rights form here today?
I did.
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights, and there will not be a hearing or a trial of any kind. You understand that?
I do.
All right. So is the count 1 that you failed to pay your fines and costs as ordered on that charge? $170, that's on the controlled substance charge. How do you plead?
Guilty.
Did you fail to pay fines and costs as ordered on that?
I'm sorry?
Did you fail to pay fines and costs as ordered on that? To count 3 that you failed to submit the weekly testing as ordered on April 7 of 23. How do you plead?
Guilty.
Did you fail to submit the testing on that day?
I did.
Count 4. Did you fail to submit the testing as ordered on April 21, 23. How do you plead?
Guilty.
Did you fail to submit the testing on that date?
I did.
Anybody forced you to plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
And you say he wants to contest count 2, that he was positive for benzos and opiates?
Yes.
Okay. Anybody forced you to plead guilty as to counts 1, 3, and 4?
No, Your Honor.
Still wish to plead guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'll accept your plea. As to the fraudulent scheme charge, again, you could get 90 days. You've absconded. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
To that charge that you failed to pay fines and costs, in this case, restitution essentially, of $1929.04. How do you plead?
Guilty.
Did you fail to pay?
Yes.
Anybody forced you to plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
I ordered you to pay that back on September the 1st of 21, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
You never made any payments at all?
I've made very few minimum payments.
Anybody force you to plead guilty to this charge?
No, Your Honor.
Plea is accepted to that charge as well. I find it to be an accurate plea, made voluntarily and understandingly, so that plea is accepted. I've called Ms. Wilds. I'm going to ask the two of you to just have a seat, and as soon as she walks in, we'll have the sentencing. Granite Valley versus Joseph and Heather Daly, 2500849. Mr. Burns, your name?
Michael Burns, P87855 on behalf of plaintiff.
Mr. and Mrs. Daly, your appearance?
Hello, I'm Heather Daly.
And Joseph Daly.
So what are you going to do now?
So, Your Honor, we adjusted the cost to be due on the 18th, which would now be $2,788.46. That reflects the regular rent charges. My client doesn't have.
I'm sorry, give me that figure again. Hang on. 2,700.
$88.46, which would be due on April 18th.
Is that the entire amount or rent to retain?
That is the entire amount of April's rent, Your Honor, inclusive of the rent to retain.
And then you still have to add in the costs, right?
No, Your Honor, that's the total. I'm sorry. Let me.
All right. Just give me the rent to retain first.
Yes, Your Honor. Inclusive of April, the rent to retain is $2,557.34.
And the total amount then is going to be what? 2,888.58, right?
No, you're 2278846.
Say that again.
$2,788.46.
You are right. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
So you understand that, folks, that he's going to include that amount and that amount, 2,788.46, has to be paid by April the 18th. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Yes.
And since you're unrepresented by a lawyer, you have 3 business days to come in here and fill out a motion to set aside the judgment. And you also have 10 days to appeal that. Do you understand that, Mrs. Daly?
Yes.
Mr. Daly?
Yes.
Do you have any questions for me at all, Mrs. Daly?
No.
Mr. Daly?
No.
Okay, I wish you folks well. You submit your consent judgment, counsel, and we're all set. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. I believe so.
Set up a lawyer for Mr. Comby. Mr. Comby, your name? Where are you? Where you been? We're setting you up for the lawyer.
Mr. Westmoreland already spoke to him. He's on Zoom.
Get Mr. Westmoreland in here then. We're on Zoom is fine. Jonathan Michael Comby, 24B147046. Your name?
Jonathan Michael Comby.
Mr. Westmoreland, your name?
Good morning, Judge Attorney Corey Westmoreland, appearing on behalf of Mr. Comby.
Where were you?
Sir, about 2 weeks ago, I did the math in my head on that court date, and I thought it was February.
Did the math in your head on the court? What does that mean?
I mean, I just.
Your Honor, to put it shortly, Mr. Comby mixed up the days. His wife was in the hospital. He did appear last Friday. They told him to come back today. So here he is today. It was just an honest mistake, but he walked himself in.
I know, but this has been going on since November. We got a jury trial and it's still going. So I want you to call, Lisa, you're going to have to call those guys, both Mr. Baldwin and Ms. Foley Carter, and tell them that this is going on March 28th, still at 8:30. You're coming back for a pretrial on March the 26th. March the 26th at 10:30. That's the final pretrial. Doesn't resolve, we're going next Friday. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Pay more attention.
Yes, sir.
Go get the notice. Put it on your refrigerator.
I'm gonna make sure I put it.
Do whatever you gotta do. Good luck.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Westmoreland. All right, Mr. Pugh. Gregory Allen Pugh Jr., 21B 87514, and Mr. Pugh, 22B 141450. Your name, Ms. Wilds?
Elizabeth Watts, patient.
Gregory Pugh. Durwood Hainscraft, Mr. Pugh.
So he's pled guilty to failure to submit to testing April 7th and 21 and 23, and failure to pay fines and costs. That's on the possession of a controlled substance charge. On the fraudulent scheme, he pled guilty to what we entitled failure to pay fines and costs, but it's really a restitution. So I'll listen to whatever you have to say sentencing wise, and we'll go from there. And
So Mr. Pugh did abscond. He was in jail on a larceny charge from January, maybe the 12th or 13th until March 5th. He said that while he was in custody, he contacted the court about these violations and was hoping to be able to take care of them, but he still does have restitution and he owes fines and costs on the other one, so that would have to be done first. Since he's got out of jail, he's got employment.
Where at?
Starts Thursday. He's going to be building scaffolding, making $19.50 an hour. He also tells me that he's got a pending aggravated assault case in Wayne County. But he said that offense occurred before he was put on probation in this case. His bond on that case is $1,500, which posted.
1,500 cash or surety?
Yeah. And then he's got a GPS tether with a curfew of 9 o'clock. So they have jurisdiction over him right now. His next court date in that matter is April 22nd. What he's hoping to do in this case is to have the court keep jurisdiction over him so he can pay back the restitution, because I know the court's going to insist on that one way or the other.
And if I may speak, the restitution.
Hang on a second.
Yes, sir.
I know you told me you're going to be able to pay that back with your taxes. You already said that, right?
Yes, sir. And I was gonna regard the other restitution I have, I believe it was $710 for the possession.
That's for fines and costs.
I would be able to pay both of those.
My issue is you blew us off. You just blew us off. You tested positive. At least our records reflect that you tested positive. You stopped showing up. You stopped showing up for testing. You stopped showing up for probation. You just can't do this. There was no confirmation test ordered on that test, right?
Correct, Your Honor. When I last spoke with Mr. Pugh, what had happened was he missed his chemical test on April 7th. He showed for the test on April 10th. He refused the lab to send it to the lab for the confirmation. I afforded him an opportunity to go to DNA to order the confirmation, letting him know that without it, the violation would be issued. So, and that's the show cause from today. So not only did he refuse at the time that he knew he was positive, he also did not return in effort to make that payment for the confirmation.
I want to make sure I understood you correctly. The aggravated assault occurred prior to the time in which I placed him on probation?
That's what Mr. Pugh tells him.
I'm not saying that. I did look at his screening assessment, Your Honor. I'm not seeing that on his screening assessment, any pending charges or any warrant that would have been out for an assault case, Your Honor.
Where's that case out of, sir?
Wayne County.
I know, but what city?
I want to say Romulus. It happened in actually Taylor State Police, but it got bonded over the county.
I'm curious as to what it is that caused you to come in here today. Were you arraigned recently by Judge Hessen?
No, I actually I wrote a letter.
Yeah.
He wrote a letter and then we knew his out date, so you asked me to schedule it after the out date.
Do you live on Valley Drive?
No, we moved to 13760 Southgate.
What's the name of the street?
Wesley Street.
Wesley?
Yes, sir.
What's the zip in Southgate again?
48195.
And what did he go in for? What were you in for the 70-some days? For what?
Larceny charge.
Attempt larceny.
That happened while he was on probation.
I don't think so. That was also.
I believe that was 2020.
So you've been doing this all over the county, huh?
No, it's, Your Honor, like I said, I didn't live the best life. I had bad decisions. I made bad decisions and I was on the run. doing stupid things. I wasn't taking much serious, but I'm trying to get this together. I have an ankle monitor. I don't really have any other options. If I screw up one more time, there's not going to be no other strikes for me. So I really mean from the bottom of my heart, I'm trying to take this completely
Did you
different.
file your taxes yet?
No, I've only been released for about a week and a half, and I'm filing my taxes.
You going to an accountant?
Yes,
When?
as soon as possible. I've had a,
So you don't have an appointment yet?
since I've been released, I've had a court date this month. I got 2 court dates this week. I had 3 last week. I see my tether agent every Wednesday. But I just spoke with him this Wednesday and he gave me my work form. So I'll have my boss fill that out on Thursday when I go in.
What do you think, Ms. Wilds?
Both of these cases, Your Honor, I think are past the 2 years. I've dealt with Greg, I think on some other cases as well. But as far as the 514 case goes, he was compliant with everything on it. He completed all of his other terms and conditions. This was actually the 3rd violation for his failure to pay. So he did comply with most aspects of the 514 case. On the 450, he started off, I'm gonna say well, but as you indicated, basically at the point where he was positive on that test, among some other issues, he absconded. But again, I do believe that those are both are over 2 years old. August of 22, sentencing on the one, and that sentencing handy, but they're over 2 years.
Lisa, give me a date again when Mr. Haynes is here. We'll set a sentencing about 2-3 weeks out, please.
March 31st at 8:45.
You have a bank account, right, sir?
Not yet. No, I do not yet.
I mean, that you'll expedite your returns if you have a bank account, but you can talk to your accountant. March 31st at 8:45 is going to be your sentencing date. I'm going to give you a $10,000 personal bond on both of these.
Okay.
Somehow, some way, for some reason I can't figure out, I'm going to do that. And I'll expect you back here March the 31st at 8:45.
Judge, would it be possible to get the April 14th date since he's just filing his taxes? And
He's not going to do it on time anyway. Lisa, you want to, do we have April 14th? Am I?
Let me check. Yes, April 14th at 8:30 is good.
April 14th at 8:30, okay? That will be your new court date on both of these. So you're gonna go down the hall and you're going to get those dates, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right, you gotta show up. You gotta stop doing this.
Your Honor, I appreciate the patience you've had with me, and I promise you I'm gonna be a different man.
All right, we'll see you back here. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're not the first one that's told me that, though. You know that, right?
I know, and I know it's not my first time, but I can show you I mean it.
All right, good luck.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Wiles.
Trenton CSI nonprofit versus Teresa Secreto, 2500582. And I'd like seated up here, Criswell, Ferguson, and Palumbo all seated at the table up here. Criswell, Ferguson, and Palumbo all seated at the table. Where's Trenton CSI versus Secreto here? Come on up. Where's Mr. Otto? Is he here?
The attorney?
Yeah, for the plaintiff. Where's Jennifer at, Lisa?
She's putting people in with the video in Judge Heston's courtroom.
Do I have Mr. Otto here? Do you know? Can you just, I don't know if you can yell across the.
I don't. No, all I see is a Deerfield Estates in the waiting room.
All I've got here is Granite Valley, Truman Estates, Hidden Gardens, and William Prowse with Mr. Gilbert. And then Another one with Mr. Cox's office.
As
So
she finishes, she sends them all over, so she might still be in that process over there.
you guys are gonna have to have a seat 1 second, please, okay? Have a seat 1 second, right there. Criswell, Nakey James Criswell, 25B 148077. Your name, sir?
Makai Criswell.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing today, sir?
Good, you're gonna plead to 5 over?
Yeah, but is there any way I can get that down to impeding traffic? Because I really wasn't speeding. I wasn't going.
Hang on,
over.
slow down, slow down, slow down. Was there another car involved?
No, wasn't another car involved. But I was trying to avoid another car.
Yeah,
'cause he
you
was
got,
coming.
you got, the record is what they're concerned about.
But I only got 2 tickets with points, Your Honor.
You had a failure to stop a short clear distance in 22. You had a speed out of Lincoln Park in 22 that was disposed of in 23. You had another one out of Lincoln Park that was disposed of in 23. You had another one out of Lincoln Park disposed of in 24. There's nothing I can do for you.
Okay, yes, Your Honor.
So do you want to plead responsible to this?
Yes, Your Honor.
5 over?
Yes, Your Honor.
To that charge, responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
Plea is accepted. The failure to stop a short clear distance is dismissed. 195 is your total. Cash your end of the hall to your right and you're all set. Okay?
Thank you, sir.
Good luck. Ian Joseph Ferguson, 25B 1479. No, don't go in there. That's a lockup. You don't want to go in lockup, do you? All right. Your name?
Ian Joseph Ferguson.
You want to plead to impeding?
Yes, Your Honor.
To that charge, responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
You better take a deep breath too. What are you doing? Last one you're gonna get out of me.
Yes, Your Honor.
To that charge, responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
You see my name on your file next time, either plan on winning it or I'm not gonna give you impeding again. You gotta slow down and be careful. 185 is your total. Cash your end of the hall to your right. Good luck.
Would I be able to pay that first thing tomorrow morning? in
Sure.
full? Thank you, Your Honor.
You sure you can pay it tomorrow?
Yeah.
March 18th.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, good luck. Sonia Palumbo,
Yes,
25T644714. Your name?
Sonia Palumbo.
So why are they dismissing yours, not
I
the
was
other
out of
ones?
town. I had
Okay,
proof I was out of town. I was out of
okay,
state.
okay, case dismissed. You're all set. Good
Thank you
luck.
very much.
We're done, Somani. 25T644978.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Your name?
Larry Don Salmani.
Okay. You want an informant, they're not offering anything, right?
That's correct.
Gotta be careful. All right, we'll give you an informal. When is the informal gonna be, Lisa?
March 31st at 8:30.
March 31 at 8:30, okay? And we'll see you back here. Good luck.
Thank you.
People against Sampson, Thomas Richard Sampson Jr. 25T645017. All right, name?
Your Honor, Thomas Sampson.
You're gonna plead to impeding, right?
Yes, sir.
Responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
All right, 205 is your total. Cash your end of the hall to your right. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Jimenez, Marina Ann Jimenez, 25W837667. Is she here? She's not here. She failed to appear. She was to be here at 9, didn't show. She's not here now. It is now 10:41, default judgment center in favor of the plaintiff and against defendant Mohammed Monet. People against Mohammed Bilal Net, 25W837795. Defendant here. Default judgments entered in favor of plaintiff against defendant. Defendant was to be here at 9:30, didn't show. It is now 10:41, default judgment. Matthew Brendan Larkin, 25T644612. Diana Allred, have a seat at the table. Your name, sir?
Matthew Larkin.
You're going to plead impeding, right?
Yes, sir.
Responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
All right, I'll accept the plea. 165 is your total, and you're all set. Cashier entered all to your right.
Thank you.
Good luck. Diana Allred, Diana Lynn Allred, 25T644990. Your name?
Diana Aldridge.
Okay. It says you're going to plead the impeding. Responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
All right, you got a couple on here. 170 is your total. Cashier end of the hall to your right. Good luck. Swafford. Michael Renwick Swafford. The second, 24F243067. This was scheduled for 9:15. Defendant failed to appear. Default judgments entered in favor of the plaintiff and against the defendant. People against Jackson. Angela Jackson. Angela Carolyn Jackson. 16W808606.
Jackson.
Your name, ma'am?
Angela Carolyn Jackson.
All right, so she's got a 771 case. She hadn't been here in years. This is a 2017 case. She was supposed to be here, comply with probation. I have a charge. It alleges she failed to provide proof of completing 8 hours of community service. That's all I asked her to do. And that was to be done by March 10 of 17. So how's she going to proceed?
She's pleading guilty.
You plead guilty here, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
You could be incarcerated on this for 90 days and your 771 status revoked and the conviction entered. Do you understand that?
Yes.
So the conviction could enter and then you'd be subject to a new sentencing. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Did you sign, read, and understand the advice of rights?
Yes.
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights and there will not be a hearing or a trial of any kind. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right, to that charge of failure to complete 1 day or 8 hours of community service by March 10 of 17, how do you plead?
Guilty.
You failed to complete 8 hours of community service by that day.
Judge, I think the allegation she failed to provide proof.
Well, yeah.
But she said she did it 5 years ago. The proof is in storage. And
5 years ago would be too late. She was supposed to do it 8 years ago. This last I looked at her calendar, this is March 17 to 25. Did you do it before March 10 of 17, 8 years ago?
To be honest with you, I did it
You
so
did
long
do it.
ago. I don't remember the date, but I did do it, sir.
Oh, come on,
Come
on.
I
Anybody
honestly
force you
didn't.
to plead guilty to failure to provide proof of completing that community service by that day?
No.
Anybody? All right, I'm gonna accept your plea. I find it to be an accurate plea. The conviction's entered. I don't know why you would ignore us like this. This is a retail fraud. I couldn't have been more lenient. 345, 8 hours community service. Don't go back to that 22600 Allen Road at the Myers in Woodhaven and pay 345, and if you could have kept it off your record. So now the conviction's entered. I'll need a first page of a register, and I'm gonna sentence her anew. Why would you do this? Can you tell me why? Go ahead. You tell me.
I'm sorry. I had some other charges and stuff that I had to go. I just missed court and just fear of not knowing what was going to happen. To be honest with you, I apologize. For the
You
court.
did. You just got done telling me that you did the community service. That's what you just said.
I did.
So why wouldn't you show up at the show cause and say, Judge, I did the community service? What do you think that we are? A bunch of ogres up here?
No,
You haven't been here in 8 years. Why would you make such a statement? Why don't you just be honest? Say, Judge, I didn't do the community service. I should have. I didn't do it when I was supposed to. I didn't do it after I was supposed to. I got scared and I didn't show up for the show cause. And I've been looking over my shoulder now for 6 or 7 years because I didn't want to do 8 hours of community service, the whopping 8 hours of community service. Then I'd have some respect for your integrity at least. But don't come in here and tell your lawyer that you did the community service and then tell me in the next breath you were afraid as to what would happen.
I apologize.
Well, I mean, I just don't want to hear people lie to me. It happens every day. You're not the first. Don't get me wrong. I mean, if I put a star on every corner, I wonder if I could fill the whole courtroom itself. I wonder if I could if I put one little star up there, you know, like they used to put on our foreheads when we were good in grade school. I wonder if I could cover the whole thing. I think I could. I know I could. Let's stop this nonsense now. Did she pay her fines, Lisa? Give me a, yes, you did.
Judge, are we on Jackson?
Yeah, we're on Angela Jackson, who did her community service 8 years ago. Was afraid to come in.
She has a balance of $30. Oh, that's bond cost. In her bond.
So she posted a bond of 300.
Correct.
But had she paid her fines before that? She had,
Yes.
hadn't she?
Yep, she's paid in full.
Why shouldn't I send her to jail? Tell me.
So, Judge,
Why shouldn't I send her to jail? She's been ignoring us for 8 years.
Judge, she's going around trying to get all these affairs in order. Her life is more complicated by having 4 children. She's a single parent. She's been financially stressed. But she's trying to make amends at this point.
Did you have a drinking problem for a while?
No.
Well, how'd you get these disorderly persons? Who were you yelling at?
It was plead.
I'm sorry?
It was something I pled down to.
From what?
From a retail fraud and
I love that. I love when they plead those retail fraud to disorderly. I don't know how you're being disorderly, but at any rate, so how many times you plead down to disorderly from retail fraud? 3?
1.
Well, what's the other disorderly one on here for? You had one just a couple of months ago out of Wyandotte. It was a felony, stolen property. That's what it says on the arrest. And then you had another one from 23 disorderly. Retail fraud pled to disorderly and some kind of other theft offense pled to disorderly. Anything you want to say before I sentence her?
Judge, she's on probation in the Wyandotte case. So they have jurisdiction over for a while.
How long?
February.
For what?
The retail fraud.
So you also committed a crime while you were on probation.
No, that was before I got probation.
Doesn't look like it. Looks like March 24th of 22 that offense arose. I placed you on probation, believe it or not, on this case back in 2017.
I didn't know you were talking about this probation, sir. I'm sorry, I'm nervous. I'm trying to get all this taken care of so I can put my past in the past and be a better person. I know I made some mistakes, I apologize for them.
Was the bond, Lisa, 3,010% or? Yeah, it looks like it was. So we have $30 she has to, and that's in her name. Any Anything else anybody wants to say here? I'm just asking. I'm not. Anything?
No, I just apologize, sorry.
You're lucky. You should be going to jail today. You need to stop this nonsense. 100 fines, 65 costs. She's already paid the victim's rights fee, justice assessment fee, so I'm not going to impose that again. You're going to serve 3 days on the court work program. They're going to schedule you. It's going to be 3 consecutive Saturdays, I promise you. If you're late or you don't show up, I'm giving you 90 days. Do we understand one another?
Yes, sir.
You're gonna go down the hall, apply your bond, you'll go meet with probation, they'll set you up on your court work program days. You have 21 days to appeal and 14 days to apply for a court appointed order. How silly that you would put yourself in this position over 8 hours of community service. That's just silly. Good luck. Thank you. Do I have parties here on let's do Forrest Allen Blakeman. 24F24275A. And I need Ms. Wiles again.
Sherwood Hansby for Forrest Blakeman. He's pleading guilty to the violation.
Mr. Blakeman, is that what you want to do?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you plead guilty here, you could be incarcerated for up to 93 days. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you sign and read and understand the advice of rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights and there will be no hearing or trial. Actually, you could get 5 days on a technical. This is the first technical. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you understand your rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
The charge, you fail to provide verification of attending and completing outpatient treatment. How do you plead?
Guilty.
You fail to provide verification of attending and completing outpatient treatment.
Yes, Your Honor.
Anybody force you to plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
Accept your plea. I find it to be an accurate plea, made voluntarily and understandingly. So that plea is accepted. I'm just wondering what he's done, what he's been doing. Why is he taking so long? Ms. Wild, your name?
He's enrolled now, so he starts. So
I know, but-
second, what happened was he turned 26, which changed his insurance. So he had to find coverage after that.
Did he talk to you about that?
No, Your Honor, I will tell you, I probably in all my years, probably put more effort in helping Mr. Blakeman get into treatment. I don't believe that that's the reason. I have set him up with Hagera. I've provided them with his name and phone number. They've called him to set up treatment. He has not returned any of their voicemails. The last time I spoke to him, he told me that he did start treatment, and when I communicated with Hagera, he hadn't. So as much as I would love to believe that he actually has an appointment, he's actually in, until he actually shows and attends, I don't have much for it. I have probably so many emails back and forth with them since practically him being placed in probation went back in October, and we're here in March.
What are you doing? Tell me what you're doing.
So I didn't have insurance till the start of the year. Since I've been given the show cause, I'm now enrolled and going April 2nd.
Well, then why did we have to issue a show cause to get you to do something that you should? You've been going AA all these times, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, why did we have to issue a show cause to get you to do what you were supposed to do?
I just kind of got in my head about it, to be honest with you.
Got in your head about it? What do you mean?
Just like nervous calling.
Nervous calling for treatment?
Yes, Your Honor.
You got nervous?
I was struggling with calling, and
because you were nervous?
I cannot stand talking on the phone, Your Honor.
Really?
Yes, Your Honor.
You text on the phone?
I can't text on the phone.
How'd you make this appointment?
How'd I make this appointment? I had to call.
Could have called 4 months ago then.
Yes, Your
It
Honor.
wasn't that big of a phobia where you, when you picked up the phone and called, that you flipped out or anything, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Right? None of that happened?
No, Your Honor.
Of course. Come on. When did you start talking to him about when he was supposed to do this and all those kinds of things?
I went over all of his stuff October 3rd for his instructional. Probably, and I'm just gonna look at, going back in my emails, go all the way back to, I believe November, Your Honor. I've got emails from January, I've got emails into December to help him get into the treatment. Most of the emails were in January, where I basically told Mr. Blakeman that if he wasn't in, that I would be issuing the violation. I even gave him more time after that, after extending my January date. So at most, I've been working with him for at least 3 months and getting him into treatment.
Do you work?
Yes, Your
Where?
Honor. I work at SMS in Taylor.
What do you do?
off Eureka Road. I'm a welder.
I hope you're more responsible at work than this.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. I'll tell you what, you're gonna serve 6 hours additional community service by April 14th of 25. You're gonna serve a day on the court work program and pay $35 for that. You're gonna pay additional costs of $100. So you'll 135, 1 day court work, 6 hours community service by April 14th. You have 21 days to appeal, 14 days to apply for a court appointed lawyer. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your
Can
Honor.
you pay all of that money today or do you need time?
135?
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
Pay now, meet with probation, they'll set you up on court work. And good luck. Time to grow up, Mr. Blakeman.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm gonna trust that you're in. If you're not in and don't provide proof of that in a week, you re-show cause him,
Yes, Your Honor.
okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Do I have Trenton CSI versus Secreto ready yet? Where in the world is Troy Otto from the law firm? Is Jennifer out there?
Judge, I think Judge Hessen's here. I saw her in the building. I'm not sure if they're handling their cases now.
Are they handling their cases? Well, just see if she wants me to do them or not. I'm gonna just turn them. I'm gonna send those down, those, and if they need me to do them, I'll be glad to. Epic oh no, these are all Singer property.
There's nobody on Zoom for civil right now.
With me.
Right.
Okay. All right. We're gonna move through you guys real quick. Robert Heath Benedetti, 25B147630A. Mr. Benedetti, come on up. Renee Gonzalez, Xavier Donahue, Connor Harper, Grayson Watson all have a seat at the tables here. Mr. Benedetti, your name, sir? Where's Robert Benedetti?
He's on Zoom, Judge.
All right. Okay, Mr.
Right there.
Benedetti, your name?
Robert Benedetti.
Wow. All right, so you're gonna plead responsible to 5 over, says somebody was hurt, and they're gonna dismiss the seatbelt, right?
Yes.
To the charge of 5 over, responsible or not responsible?
Let me ask you this question. I don't really have a citation for over the speed limit.
No, I'm sorry, maybe I misspoke. It's violation of basic speed law causing an accident. And they said somebody was hurt, so they're not offering, so they're not offering to reduce it. But they're having you plead to speeding 5 over.
Okay.
Which will save you a point.
Okay.
Who's saying hold it?
Really that knowledgeable on this, so I don't understand it.
You're charged with a 2-point violation. Somebody was hurt. They're not going to offer you impeding, but they're going to give you 5 over, which is 1 point rather than a 2-point civil infraction.
Okay.
Do you understand that?
Yes. I was the person
So
hurt.
they don't usually say that if, no disrespect, but they usually look at whether somebody in the other car was hurt, not the driver. Plus the car was towed, it looks like, the other car.
Yeah.
At least that's what they wrote, injuries towed. So do you want to plead to this or do you want me to set it for a hearing?
No, I'd like to get it over with today, sir.
To the charge 5 over, responsible or not responsible?
I guess responsible.
Well, I don't want you to guess. This is in jeopardy. They're offering to reduce this from a 2-point, listen to me. They're offering to reduce this from a 2-point to a 1-point civil infraction. If you don't want to do that, I'll set it for a hearing. You could come in and argue why you weren't responsible about anything. But they're offering to reduce it at least to a 1-point from a 2-point. So do you want to do that?
Okay, yes.
To that charge 5 over, responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
I'll accept the plea, dismiss the violation of basic speed law. I'll dismiss on their motion the seatbelt violation 195. Can you go on and pay that today?
Yes, sir.
All right, you're all set. Have a great day, sir. Good luck. Thank you. Renee.
All right, thank
you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Renee Napoleon Gonzalez, 25T644-977 A, B, and C. Your name?
Renee Gonzalez.
So you're going to plead to impeding traffic. They are going to have you plead to files A and B, and then they're going to dismiss the C file. So if you plead to impeding on file A, which is disobey traffic signal, and you plead to impeding on 5 over file B, they'll dismiss the speed, the disobey traffic signal, and the no proof insurance. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
To the charge impeding traffic on file A, responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
All right. 155 on A, to the file B, impeding, responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
155 on B, the speed's dismissed. The traffic signal's dismissed and the no proof insurance is dismissed. 310's your total. You can pay that now?
No.
When can you pay these? How much can you pay today?
Honestly, nothing. I don't get paid till Fridays. So I can do it next Friday.
You get paid every Friday?
Yeah. This Friday,
I don't have a problem. I'll just say March the 31st. You pay on the B file. Well, let me see here. I'll tell you what, you pay on the A file 155 by March the 31st. That's 2 weeks from today, okay?
Okay.
And that's $155. Then you pay the other 155 on or before April the 14th. If you don't have the money, no problem. Come talk to me or call the court and we'll go on Zoom and I'll give you an extension, okay?
Okay.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
Donahue, Xavier Lloyd Donahue, 25T644823. Your name?
Xavier Donahue.
I can't, I'm not gonna do community service. I mean, if you want to do impeding and plead to that, that's fine. I'll give you.
Yeah.
Why, are you not working at all?
What do you mean?
Do you work?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Well, we can talk about the payment in a second. Do you want to plead to that charge or you want to have a hearing?
I'll plead to it.
To the charge impeding traffic, responsible or not responsible?
Responsible, sir.
All right. I'll only assess fines and costs of 150. Where do you work at?
Tipsy Fish. It's a bar on Groseal.
Can you pay some of this or all of this today?
I can pay all of it today.
Okay, you're all set. Have a good day. That won't go on your record, by the way. Connor James, Tracy Harper, 25T644982. How you doing? Your name?
Connor Harper.
You're gonna plead to impeding, right?
Yes.
To that charge, responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
Plea is accepted. 170 is the total. Cashier into the hall.
Thank you.
Make sure they've got all those over there, will you? Grayson John Watson.
What's going on?
She's handling these now? I think, I don't know. That's the way it sounds. If she's not, just go talk to them.
Okay.
If not, I'll take them.
All right.
Where's Grayson Watson? Grayson Watson, it appears, failed to appear. Defendant failed to appear. Was to be here at 9:30, did not show. It is now 11:06. So default judgment is entered in favor of the plaintiff and against the defendant. Latrice Annette Cook, 25B, 148006. Defendant failed to appear. Case was scheduled for 9:15. Defendant's responsible is charged by default. Wendy Meredith Whippich, 25T644985. Good morning. Your name?
Good morning, Wendy Whippich.
You're going to plead impeding, right?
Yes.
Responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
So that's your, I'm accepting the plea, dismiss the speed, 150. You're all set.
Down the hall? Yes.
Down the hall. Good luck. Julie Kailash Rogi,
Yes.
25T644839. Good morning. Your name?
Julie Rogie.
You're going to plead impeding, right?
Yes.
Responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
I'll accept the plea, dismiss the speed, 150. You're all set. Have a good day.
Okay, is there any way it could be lowered a little bit since I'm a retired person?
I'm
Nope.
sorry. I can't do better than that. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
All right.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Jacqueline Mary Moses, 25T645036. All right. Good morning. Your name?
Jacqueline Moses.
You're going to plead impeding?
Yes.
Responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
I'll accept the plea, dismiss the speed, 160. You got one prior on there. You're all set. Good luck. Christian Michael Nieberdowski, file number 25T644941. Could I have Carson Robinette and Minerva LeBron seated at the table up here? And the name? Christian what?
Nieberdowski.
We're to set an informal on this. Lisa, give me a date. Trenton?
March 31st at 9 o'clock.
March the 31st at 9 a.m., sir. You can go down the hall, get your notice, and you're all set. Good luck.
Thank you.
Zoe Mackenzie Wilgus, 25T644951. Your name?
Zoe Wilkins.
You're going to plead to impeding, right?
Yes.
Responsible or not responsible to that?
Responsible.
I'll accept the plea, dismiss the following too closely. 150 is your total. You're all set. Cashier into the hall to your right. Good luck. Carson Robinette, Carson Malin Robinette, file 25T644661. Your name?
Carson Robinette.
All right, so you're going to plead to impeding
Yep.
to that charge, responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
All right, I'll accept the plea, 150. You're all set. Have a great day. Good luck. People against LeBron, Minerva Rojas, but LeBron, 25T644968. She here? Default judgment. Responsible is charged by default. Amanda Justine Garrett, file 25T700567. Just give me 1 second. Where is she?
I don't know, Brad.
Oh, that's not good.
No, I don't. She's been, every appointment that she's made, she's appeared at every hearing.
And you tried to call her today?
Multiple calls, and then, if I may approach on her, there's.
Well, let's not even deal with it.
I just want to, the degree of her commitment that she's gone into high intensive outpatient.
Well, that's fine. I mean, I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
But you can show me that later.
Yeah.
She's still not here.
Yeah, I think there might be a medical issue or something because she's always.
Well, I'm going to issue a warrant, forfeit the bond, and it's 5,000, 10%. If you get a hold of her today, I'll be glad to go on and at least arraign her and set a new date tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Have a great day. Be
You
careful.
too.
Thank you. Bye now. What do all you guys have out here? I know you have that one civil case. Lisa, if Judge Heston's doing her landlord tenant, I have two of the defendants over here right now.
Okay, I'd send them over. It's my understanding she's doing it.
So you two can go over there to Judge Heston's. Sir, what have you been sitting here all morning?
Your Honor, I'll be here with, community focus, this is a adjourned bench warrant or show cause.
God, I'm sorry. You're a lawyer? You've been waiting this long?
I believe it was set for 9 a.m.
Was that in front of me or Judge Hudson?
We were in this courtroom a month ago, so it was on the docket.
Oh, my God, I'm so sorry.
Oh, no worries.
Where's, I see, I don't have civil. I was just filling in for Judge Hudson, so I don't have civil today. Community focus, I don't see where that is. Lisa, can you check with Jennifer on a case? Community focus is the party? Community Focus Credit Union, right?
Yes.
I don't see where it's on my docket.
Often your court officer had it this morning when I checked in with them. It was on the top of it.
Listen, if we make a mistake like that, don't be bashful. Come up and tell them, will ya? I don't know what happened.
Oh, no worries, Judge. You gotta do your.
Judge, what was the defendant's name?
No. No, what's the defendant's name?
Desiree Johnson.
Desiree Johnson.
Okay, let me check.
Yeah, DES.
Geez, I'm sorry.
Oh, no worries.
You've been sitting there all morning. I was going to ask you several times. I thought. Richard Grimes, Richard Vernon Grimes, 25T644795. Your name?
Richard Vernon Grimes Jr.
You get another one of these, Mr. Grimes?
Yes, I did.
Why are you getting so many tickets? You're gonna plead to impeding, right?
Yes.
Responsible or not responsible on that?
Responsible.
I'll accept the plea 160 and I'll dismiss the original charge.
Thank you very much.
Be careful.
I'm not gonna comment.
All right.
I'll just tell you this, I've never gotten any traffic citations except for the city of Trenton in the last 5 years.
All right, have a good day. I don't think they're picking on you. They're not like that.
Oh, I don't know. I get that feeling, honestly.
Todd William Ketcher, 25T644969. You're welcome. So I need to know what all these people are in here for. And this poor lawyer's been sitting here all morning, Jennifer.
Well, I don't know, Your Honor. I don't know if someone went to Hessen's courtroom or.
Your name?
Todd Ketcher.
All right, I'll give you this time, but you got to be careful, okay? To the charge impeding, responsible or not responsible.
Responsible.
I guess the first one is not a citation, but still 170, cashier into the hall to your right. I wish you well. Good luck.
Judge, she's on the bench, so send anything of Judge Hudson's back to her.
Okay, what do you guys have here? What's your?
I have a landlord.
You got to go down to Judge Hudson. Sir, how about you?
Where's Judge?
Hang on, slow down, wait 1 second. Is that a civil case, sir? A landlord tenant? Is it a real estate case?
Yeah.
Go down to Judge Hudson's.
That's courtroom 1?
Yes, right next door. I'm sorry.
Over here.
I know. Well, we thought I was doing it all. Ma'am, what's your name?
I'm Perkins.
So she was supposed to be here at 8:40. so
I
she's-
was
Excuse me.
Hang on, time out. Don't start yelling at me. Just everybody, just take a deep breath. What are you showing up at 11 o'clock for an 8:40 for? Ma'am? You wouldn't like it if you showed up at 8:40 and I showed up at 11, would you? I got on at 9:15 this morning because I had to deal with some things. And I was talking to the court administrator, which is probably the latest I've been on here in 4 years. Now, I'm not just going to take your case when you show up 2.5 hours late.
I apologize.
No.
She did call and we told her to get up here.
What is it? What kind of case?
It's just a show cause non-payment.
Can you send the file back down? Sir,
The file's here, Your Honor.
you go down to courtroom 1, sir. Counsel, This poor lawyer's been waiting here on Community Focused Credit Union since 8:30, and if it's Judge Hessens and there's nobody there, I'll take it just to get the poor guy out of
It
here.
says it's ours, but I can't find it.
The woman there, she's down, and you gonna make it right, and the door, and the next door down. Right hand side.
Thank you.
You want- Tell her you can sit in the down.
Jeez.
For calling. Jennifer White.
I'm sorry, counsel, I forgot your name. I got Community Focused Federal Credit Union. I'm supposed to have a case here. This poor lawyer's been sitting here for 2.5 hours. I don't know what it has or doesn't have. I haven't seen the file. It's not on the docket. I'm gonna sit. Okay, thanks. Bye. Would you go down and talk to Civil? I'm gonna wait here. If I can get you out of here, I will. I don't know what it is. She said they didn't have it on the docket. But go talk to her. If I can help you, I'll be glad to do it, okay? No problem. I'm so sorry. Rashika Antoinette Perkins, 24B145408. Two B 1412938. 24F242058. 22F238413A. Your name?
Rashika Perkins.
Ms. Perkins. Colby. 21?
31.
31.
Well, hold on, 32.
What are you doing?
Because I get my dates mixed up of payment.
Get your dates mixed up.
Yes, I got so many things to pay.
We all do. That's life.
With you guys, and I get my dates mixed up.
Get your dates mixed up.
Yes, because I got one for.
Ma'am, save that for somebody else that wants to hear that nonsense. You got all kinds of tickets here that you don't show up on. We've given you time to pay on. Listen.
If I wasn't late, I would
Listen.
have went to get them.
Did you graduate high school?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
You don't have a learning
I
disability.
did it in 2020.
You don't have a learning disability.
It just-
Ma'am, true or false? You don't have a learning disability. You got through high school, you don't have a learning disability.
It was hard. Oh God, I had to do.
I thought a lot of things were hard.
It was, but it.
Ma'am, you don't have nobody's ever told you you have a learning disability, right?
No, they just tell me that once you get it, you get it.
Whatever that means.
Yes, okay.
Whatever that means. Irresponsibility, maybe? What do you want from me today? I don't know what you want.
Can
from
we
me.
please work on something? Can I do community?
I've been doing this for years with you.
I'm tired too, Miss McNally, Mr. McNally.
You call me Miss too?
Can I do
I had
cash?
2 people call me Miss McNally.
I'm sorry,
She or
Mr.
you're.
McNally. Sorry, Mr. Judge McNally.
You don't have to call me judge. You can call me whatever you want. It's
Can I
within
do
reason.
community service? Like I'm really good at it.
Ma'am,
And I got cash.
ma'am. Do you work?
Not right now. I got an infant.
Why don't you work? Because you got an infant?
Yeah, no.
Where's the husband? Your father?
Incarcerated.
He's incarcerated. Shocking. Why do women have babies with guys that are gonna end up in prison and jail?
It was awful. It was something, an old case, and he had to go take care of it to move
How long is he
forward.
in prison?
Oh, no, it's a jail.
Jail?
Yep.
Okay, my
For a few
mistake.
months, but.
What's
it
a few
was,
months mean?
Like 4.
So he's
four.
in Dickerson or where?
It's, I want to say Oakland.
He's in Oakland County.
Yeah.
How many kids you have?
4.
Same guy?
No. And I did,
Hang on. How much money do you have with you?
I got $300.
You have $300.
Yes.
Lisa, before I get agitated with this young lady, will you take her $300, apply those, and give her a payment plan on these? And I don't know why I would do that after you've ignored payment plans, but I will. And so you're gonna go down the hall, you're going to talk to my judicial clerk. I'm just making sure you're not on probation. You talk to her, she's a lot nicer than me. Stop doing this. This is nonsensical garbage. Okay?
Yes.
Have a good day. Go down the hall, pay 300 and she'll set up a payment plan with you on those. If you need more time, you come back and talk to me on or before your due date. Stop ignoring me. Next time I'm gonna get agitated and put you back
I
there.
love you dearly, because you're always there for me. Like, even if you don't know it, you do be.
I do what?
You always be there for me in ways that you don't even know.
Really?
Yes, really.
Well, that's good to hear.
Thank you for today. Thank you for today. Thank you for giving me another opportunity.
You're a sweet
to
kid.
get
Act
right.
like it. Stop letting. Don't go having children with a bunch of men that aren't going to care about your kids. Maybe they're going to be the greatest dads in the world. I hope they are. But my God.
I won't force it.
Huh?
They show up, they show up. If they don't, I gotta keep moving.
Use your head. Good luck.
Thank you, Mr. Manon.
Good luck. Community Focus versus Desiree Johnson. 2B, 2752. Good morning again, counsel. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no worries, Judge.
So where are we with this? Your appearance again?
Your Honor, Michael T. Mammoth, PA 1102 on behalf of plaintiff. Your Honor, my defendant, Ms. Johnson, actually turned herself in early February, and we were here. I don't know if you recall this that morning. We adjourned it to today. She was going to provide me with pictures and an accident report. And we had recalled the bench warrant because she had promised these things.
And she didn't provide it.
She did not, Judge. Unfortunately, I was hoping to at least get her on some type of payment arrangement this morning, but unfortunately, she hasn't
I'm just
reached
going to
out.
say defendant failed to appear for adjourned creditors exam. I usually you do a show cause, but she was here. D here previously, so no reason to do show cause. That's just awful. So here's what I'm going to do. How much was your judgment for?
Oh, Your Honor, I don't have it in front of me. I apologize.
I'll find it.
It wasn't a creditor's exam. This was based on a claim and delivery judgment. Actually, I believe it was a Jeep.
Oh, wait a minute. What, this wasn't a show cause?
It was, Judge. There was a show cause. She failed to appear. A bench warrant was issued. The young lady turned herself in on that bench warrant, and her and the two officers were here that morning back in February. And we adjourned it to today again because she was going to get me information, pictures,
Well, I'm going to go ahead and issue a short warrant, right?
Your Honor, that I was going to ask if this court could reinstate.
I'm going to issue a warrant again for 1,500 cash or surety. I mean.
Your Honor, I appreciate it.
Well, I feel horrible, by the way. Any judge kept me sitting around for an hour, I wouldn't be happy, or 2 hours, I wouldn't be happy, 2.5 hours. Next time, say something. We got a lot going here and.
Oh, no worries, Judge. I know you got a busy docket this
Well,
morning.
I know, but that isn't right. So please don't feel bashful. My fault. We'll sign that warrant, 1,500 cash or surety, okay?
Thank you, Judge. Will the court create it or do you want me to file one?
You're gonna have to file it.
Excellent. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you very much. Have a good day. Tell Mr. Holzman I said aye.
Oh, well, Chuck or Dan? Or both?
Chuck, I went to law school with Chuck.
Oh, okay. Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Judge.
Natalia Noel Slack, 25T644974. You want an informal hearing? Your name?
Natalia Slack.
We're gonna set them for informal, both of these, okay? Lisa, give me a date.
March 31st at 10.
What's up now?
She has a question when you're ready, Your Honor.
I can
We're
answer
gonna
her
set it in-
question, but she walked away while we were talking.
Just go answer her. She can deal with you. March 31 at
Walk out
10.
in the hallway.
March 31 at 10.
Hallway to hallway.
Okay? You can go down the hall, ma'am. They're gonna give you a notice on this, okay?
I hate to eat
I'm talking to you.
Yes.
Go down the hall, they'll give you a notice. You have to come back March 31 at 10 a.m. for your informal hearing, okay?
Okay, okay, thank you.
Have a good day.
You too.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Morning, Your Honor.
Sergeant, you look like you're posing for a most wanted picture right now. I'm just kidding. That serious look you got. Should bring her out, bring him out rather, Jason Johnson, and for arraignment, okay? Mr. Westmoreland, your name?
Good morning, Your Honor. Attorney Corey Westmoreland, on behalf of Mr. Johnson.
Mr. Johnson, your name, sir?
How you doing, Your Honor? Jason Johnson.
All right, so your client has not been formally arraigned. Does he stand mute, waive formal reading?
That's correct, Your Honor.
I'm going to not guilty plea for you. Lieutenant, will you tell me a little bit about this case, please?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, Chief. I apologize. I'm sorry. I apologize to you. Jeez. Just knew.
That's okay.
Go ahead. Sorry.
On the 14th at 11:07 a.m., Officer Sampson responded to 14268 Park Street in the city of Gibraltar on the report of a domestic assault. Officer Sampson spoke with the victim, a Mrs. Palmer, who advised that she was punched in the face while on the ground by Mr. Johnson. Officer Sampson placed Mr. Johnson under arrest at the Gibraltar Police Department in the lobby.
Punching her in the face, you said?
Yes, Your Honor.
Were there visible signs of injury then?
Yes, Your Honor, there was redness and she declined treatment.
All right. Okay. What do you have to say regarding bond, Mr. Westmoreland?
Yes, Your Honor. I would like to know that Mr. Johnson currently is residing in Gibraltar. He is gainfully employed at Petco Pallet. He has no other pending matters at this time out of any other jurisdiction. He does not have any prior criminal history. He's not on probation. And after speaking with him at length, he did assure me he would be appearing at all future court dates and understands the importance of doing so. I would just ask that all that be taken into account.
Who owns that property at 14268 Park? Is it Ms. Palmer, Lieutenant, our chief?
Yeah, sir. Did you rent it, both of you? You're on the lease?
Yeah, I want to come on into
Okay, Your Honor, they're both on the lease.
What are you asking for?
Your Honor, I'll leave the bond recommendation up to you, just no contact order with the victim.
All right. I want you to listen to me very carefully, sir. You have 2 civil infraction warrants. I see you pled under HIDA to an assault or assault and battery, and then that was from 3 years ago. And then you had another case pending. I don't know if it was dismissed before or after probation. It looks like it was dismissed after you complied with HIDA. I'm going to give you a $5,000 personal bond. If I require a tether, you're going to be sitting in the county jail for a few days. Do you understand that at Dickerson?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you listening? I'm not going to give you a tether because I don't think it's fair when I give a personal bond that somebody's sitting there. But I'm telling you, I want you to listen very carefully to me, because if you violate any of these bond conditions, I'm going to set a really high bond and you're going to be sitting in jail throughout the pendency of this case. Do we fully and completely understand one another?
Yes, Your Honor.
You cannot leave the state without consent of the court. You cannot violate a law or ordinance. You must appear in court as directed. No contact with Tamia Palmer. No contact with prosecution witnesses. You are not to enter at all the property address at 14268 Park in Gibraltar. I will allow you one visit and one visit only, accompanied by the police, to acquire your own personal belongings. You'll have to call them. They'll meet you. You're otherwise not to be within 2 miles of that address the victim or her place of employment. You're not to be anywhere near her or that house other than on that one occasion. Do we fully and completely understand one another?
Yes, Your Honor.
You cannot possess firearms. You cannot possess dangerous weapons. Again, you cannot violate a law. You must appear in court as directed. I'll give you a court date. It's going to be on the 25th. Okay. Now, hang on one second. You also have an unpaid ticket with Judge Hessen. You owe that amount 2021. Do we understand one another?
Yes, sir.
When are you going to get around to paying that?
I
don't want to rush you.
You do installments?
Listen, you had 3.5 years to pay this up. What? One pop can a day, you could have paid it off a year ago. What are you doing? Can I have a payment plan? Are you kidding me? You're going to appear in front of Judge Hessen. I'm entering a not guilty plea on that, and you're going to appear in front of her for a hearing on that on the date that you come back in front of me, which is a week from tomorrow. If I were you, Mr. Johnson, I would have that money. It's March the 25th at 9:45. What would you do if you were a judge and you had somebody that owed money for 3.5 years saying, hey, can I set up a payment plan? Are you kidding? I'd have it next week. We'll see you here next week. Don't fail to show up or we're going to have a massive problem, you and me. Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Good luck. Thank you. If he wants a petition, if he wants a court appointed, have him fill out a petition, please. Kevin James Stewart, Jr., 25B 705 766 FY. Everybody's name.
Sergeant
Is this gentleman in custody? Is this gentleman in custody?
Yes, Your Honor.
Raise your right hand. You solemnly swear affirm under penalties of perjury the testimony you're giving these proceedings with the whole truth self you got.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, go ahead.
Your Honor, on 3/14/25 at 21:25 hours, Officer Walker of Brownstown Police Department secured a traffic stop on a vehicle for a traffic violations on Dix Toledo north of Sibley. Packages of rock cocaine weighing over 18 grams, prescription pills, U.S. currency, and a digital scale were located in the vehicle. The defendant was arrested for possession with intent to distribute cocaine. This incident occurred on northbound Dix Toledo Highway near King Road, Brownstown, Wayne County, Michigan. The traffic stop was secured on Dix Toledo Highway just north of Sibley Road in the same jurisdiction. The incident occurred on 3/14/25 at approximately 21:25 hours. The defendant was identified as Kevin James Stewart, Jr., date of birth 1/10/93. The vehicle that he had been driving was identified as a black Dodge Journey with a plate of EVJ 6677. Brownstown officers had previously received a tip that a boyfriend of the female resident who stays at 22159 Irene in Brownstown sells narcotics. Secretary of State records revealed that Jessica Ashley Ellis is a resident at that location. A black Dodge Journey is registered to Bliss, registration plate of EVJ 6677. Officer Walker is a canine handler and was working in a road patrol capacity at the date and time of the incident. His dog, Canine Bane, was working with him. While traveling northbound on Dix Toledo, Officer Walker observed the black Dodge Journey with that registration plate, weaving within its lane of travel and also crossing the fog line multiple times between King and Sibley Road. Once stopped at the red light at Dix Toledo and Sibley, the vehicle was approximately half a car length over the white line at the intersection, failing to stop within a assured clear distance. The vehicle also had a defective license plate bulb and window tint on the front, driver, and passenger side windows. Officer Walker secured a traffic stop the vehicle just north of Sibley and made contact with the lone occupant identified via Michigan operator's license as Kevin Stewart, the defendant. The defendant stated his vehicle has power steering issues, which is why he was weaving in his lane and crossing the fog line. The defendant was unable to provide Officer Walker with the registration, but stated the vehicle was registered to his girlfriend, but he normally drives the vehicle, and he provided Officer Walker with proof of insurance, stating that he paid insurance for the vehicle. Officer Tolliver arrived on scene, and Officer Walker asked him to conduct a lien check of the defendant in the vehicle, while Officer Walker conducted an exterior canine narcotics sniff for the vehicle. Canine Bain gave positive indication for the presence of narcotics on the passenger door by scratching and biting at the door seam. A vehicle search. Officer Walker conducted a search of the vehicle, locating a compartment under the front passenger seat of the vehicle that contained a clear plastic bag with 11 individual baggies of suspected crack cocaine inside. Also in the compartment was another small clear plastic Ziploc bag containing 4 red pills and 1 individually packaged suspected bag of crack cocaine, as well as a digital scale. Additionally, in the center console, Officer Walker located $222 cash in various denominations. In the defendant's wallet, $11 cash was located as well. After locating the suspected narcotics, the defendant was arrested. The defendant was transported, processed, and lodged at Brownstown Police Department, and the vehicle was impounded, subject to forfeiture. Evidence processed. Once the defendant was arrested and transported to station, Officer Tolliver assisted Officer Walker with processing the evidence. An online pill index revealed that the 4 packaged orange over pills with the inscription of B973 and 20 were consistent with amphetamine and dextroamphetamine, also known as Adderall, which is a Schedule II narcotic or a Schedule II controlled substance. Detective Sergeant Morrison knows from training and experience that this can be an abused medication. The pills found in the vehicle were not in a prescription bottle, but they were packaged along with the bag of suspected rock cocaine. Detective Sergeant Morrison observed in the photographs that there were multiple clear bags of suspected rock cocaine, which were wrapped in a larger plastic bag. He observed that the pills contained in a small Ziploc bag, which also contained a smaller packaged bag of rock cocaine. With these items, the digital scale, the currency in different denominations, it was consistent with the defendant pre-packaging items for sale and delivery. This information is consistent with the defendant having pre-packaged narcotics on his way to make deliveries of narcotics. Officer Tolliver used a Marquis reagent and Scott reagent field test kit on a small sample of one of the bags of suspected cocaine. Both test kits had positive results for cocaine. Interrogation. Detective Sergeant Morrison conducted a custodial interrogation of the defendant on 12/25/25 hours, approximately, 12:15 on 3/15/25 at approximately 1:00 a.m., which is shortly after the time of arrest. Under Miranda, the defendant stated that he had some college education. After being advised of his rights, he read and signed the Miranda rights form and agreed to answer questions. Ultimately, the defendant did not admit that he was selling narcotics. He stated that he rents out his vehicles to multiple people. At some point in the interview, when speaking about what police found in his vehicle, he stated that the substance could be crack cocaine that was located by police. Detective Sergeant Morrison was told by Officer Walker and Officer Tolliver afterwards that they did not show or disclose to the defendant what was located in the vehicle. Sergeant Morrison found that it would be quite unlikely for another person to leave over 18 grams of prepackaged rock cocaine and pills in a vehicle, as well as over $200 cash. Sergeant Morrison also noted that even though the defendant did not admit to knowing about the narcotics, he was able to guess what they were during interrogation when the other officers did not disclose to him what was located. The defendant, as far as criminal history, Your Honor, the defendant does not have any felony convictions on his criminal history. I have nothing, Your Honor, unless you have any questions for me.
No. Based on your sworn testimony, I find the crime, possession with intent to deliver less than 50 grams of cocaine, excuse me, was committed. There's probable cause to believe the crime was committed by the defendant. All right. Your name, sir?
Kevin Stewart.
Mr. Westmoreland?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Attorney Corey Westmoreland, appearing on behalf of Mr. Stewart. At this time, Judge, we are prepared to waive a formal reading. My hands mute.
You're charged with possession with intent to deliver less than 50 grams of cocaine. That's a 20-year felony. You have the right to remain silent. You do not have to say anything. If you do say something in or out of court, whether orally or in writing, it can be used against you. You have the right to a lawyer not only today, but at all subsequent court proceedings. And if you ever choose to submit the question with law enforcement officials, you have the right to be represented by a lawyer at that questioning. Do you understand that?
Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
The probable cause conference where your lawyer will discuss this case with the prosecutor has to take place within 14 days. At least you have the right to that. At that time, your lawyer will discuss the case with the prosecutor. If it proceeds to a preliminary examination, that must take place within 7 days of the date of the probable cause conference. And at that time, the people have to show that this crime was committed and that you were the one who probably committed the crime. If they prove that, you'll be bound over for further proceedings to the circuit court. If they fail to prove that, the case would be dismissed and you'd be discharged. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Probable cause conference will be a week from tomorrow, March 25th at 9:45. Preliminary exam will be April 1 at 10:30 in the morning. Those will be in this courtroom. Does he work? Mr. Westmoreland?
Yes, Your Honor. He is currently employed at Turo Car Rental Company. He's not currently on probation or parole. He has no pending matters, no prior criminal history. After speaking with him, he assured me that he'd appear and understands the importance of doing so.
Do you live on Elizabeth Boulevard?
Yes, Your Honor.
Who do you live with?
I have friends and family that stay with me.
Well, who owns the house?
It's in my name.
How long have you lived there?
It's going on maybe a year and a half, Your Honor.
Who said that? Your Honor, I didn't know who said that.
That was me. I was trying to clean up my wording.
Clean up what?
I was trying to clean up my wording, Your Honor, by saying Your Honor. I said it late.
Okay, all right. Look, any objection to a personal bond, Sergeant?
Your Honor, I'll leave bond at the condition of the court.
Listen, don't make this worse than it is. It's going to work out. 15,000 PR bond. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court or violate any law. You must appear in court as directed. You're not to purchase, possess, or consume alcohol, marijuana, or illegal controlled substances. You're not to have any contact with prosecution witnesses except through your lawyer. And he is going to hand you an AA form. You have to go in person at least twice a week. Every time you go, you have to have the form signed. Every time you come to court, you have to bring that form with you that verifies your attendance. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor. Could you go over the bond part? I kind of missed it.
The whole conditions, you mean, or just? I'm giving you a personal bond. You don't have to post any money, but you're going to owe $15,000 to the state if you violate any of these terms. You cannot leave this. You cannot leave the state without consent of the court. You cannot violate a law. You have to appear in court as directed. No contact with prosecution witnesses except through your attorney.
Okay, yes, Your Honor.
Purchase, possess, or consume alcohol, marijuana, or illegal drugs. You have to go to AA twice a week. He's going to give you a form. Every time you go, you have to have the form signed by somebody else there. Every time you come to court, you have to bring the form with you. If you forget it or don't bring it, I'm going to assume that you did not go. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so we'll see you here next Tuesday, March 25th at 9:45.